fails from the dips. So cry to your mummies. Oh, hello, kiddies. I was just trancing some noobs on my crypt. On this week's episode, our three friends invoke the scariest thing of all. Boredom.
Hello and welcome to the tie-ins. I'm Johnny.
I'm Cartel.
I'm Mike.
And this week we learned the proper gas to oil ratio for a Poolin 306A chainsaw. But before we get to that, how you guys doing?
Rock and roll, busy week at work. I gotta go in tomorrow for an afternoon dance party before the Jonas Brothers concert. So
Right on.
I know y'all are excited to hear about the Jonas Brothers pre-show.
Yeah.
I gotta do.
I've got a plane ticket.
Yeah, but
I'm going to be there.
oh, well, I'll slide you in. Don't worry about it.
I only like the youngest Jonas brother that can't sing or play an instrument. And
Is there really one?
yes, there's a Jonas brother that is not famous and has real big issues because of it. Like it's a sad thing.
Okay, I thought you were like referencing the Alec Baldwin skit or whatever, but okay, no, all right.
No, don't even know that. How you doing, Michael?
Doing okay. Not a ton new since the last time. No new shows, and I think all I've done is played Texas Chainsaw Massacre with you guys, and Little Mid-Air 2, and that's about it.
Right on. Haven't touched that RoboCop demo yet?
I have not. I've verified that it's downloaded and available to play. Step 1 is complete.
You're gonna get in trouble.
I already did get in trouble.
Got a pre-punishment.
Deadline hasn't even passed, and I'm in trouble.
I'm just saying.
Cartel, you've been playing anything new, my man?
Well, Mortal Kombat 1 is broken, so I've been avoiding that.
Ugh.
Let's see. I downloaded Forza,
Me too.
the new one, and it is now deleted.
Mine as well. I started the first race. And I was like,
I don't even think I got that far.
I did the tutorial, then I started the first race, and I was like, I hate this. What am I doing? It doesn't even feel fast.
Nothing felt right about it. Yeah, none of the controls felt good.
That seems crazy to me.
And
Those
I-
were
and I-
always so good.
You're just following that little training line, and that's it. It doesn't feel fast. Like Forza Horizon feels fast.
Yeah.
Forza Horizon was definitely more arcade, and this is not arcade. This is real and not fun. Just not fun.
Yep.
So I got rid of that.
Me
And
too.
me and the bar dudes been playing. Well, we've been trying to get together a Madden 2v2.
Ooh.
So I downloaded that in anticipation of that, and then I was like, well, if I got them to do that, maybe I can get them to do hockey. So I also downloaded hockey.
I almost downloaded Madden today, and then I was like, I'm not going to play that. Because I beat Gotham Knights. That's gone. And now I'm kind of just floating. I am waiting for I talked about it last week. Hold on, I'm opening the Xbox Game Pass app. Ba-doo-ba-doo.
Oh, you know what? We played Baldur's Gate 3 too.
We did.
We had a much more successful session this week than we did last week.
Yep, 'cause you know why? Because I went bard. Everything's
was the
right
key.
in the world
Yep.
because I'm no longer bard monk. I'm bard.
Yep.
I'm full on bard. Like a Dragon Ishin is what I'm waiting for. Comes out on the 16th through the Game Pass there. I feel like that's going to be my new thing. I also started Dishonored 2 again. Maybe I'll finish it this time.
Who made Dishonored?
Arcane. Really? Now? All right, I got to let the cat out of the bag. I got to let the cat out of the bag. Guys, I'm pregnant.
Whoa. I
Congrats.
didn't realize we got a junior situation going on here. Oh, he didn't hear that, huh?
Yeah, I did. My headphones reach.
Oh. Oh, I didn't realize we had a junior situation here.
Oh, yeah. That's why my belly's been so big my entire life.
It's a long gestation period.
I mean, it's not supposed to happen, so it's working slowly.
It is the first male pregnancy there.
What was I going to do? All right, so I got some Halloween-related questions for you guys again.
All right.
Maybe we got some answers.
Have you gentlemen bought your yearly box of Count Chocula yet?
I don't do that.
What?
I don't eat breakfast, and I don't like sweet cereal, sugary cereal.
All right. Wait a second. Do we have to even?
Neither do I, but I still get Count Chocula once a year. And they have a mix this year where all
not
the
a thing
flavors
for
are in
me.
one box.
I mean, my wife might do it. I don't know.
My wife.
My wife. She might. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to the cereal, but I don't eat it, and I'm not looking forward to it. So.
Lame. Cartel, have you bought yours?
I've not bought it. Maybe with my next Instacart purchase, I will pick it up. Shout out Instacart. Sponsor us.
Cinnamon cereal, good. Chocolate cereal, no good.
You're missing out, my man. You're missing out.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you there, man. I'm sorry.
So us calling it Spooky Month, I'm not saying that we started that trend or anything, but us calling it Spooky Month so often because of the podcast made me start thinking, why hasn't Cookie Crisp ever put out a Halloween cereal called Spooky Crisp? You have the dog howl the Spooky Crisp. Works out perfectly. I'm writing them a letter.
Oh, I think you should take it to the head of the company. Yeah.
You've got solid arguments.
It's a short letter, but it's a letter nonetheless.
Tell them to fire their marketing team and that you got a great idea.
Yep. I'm an idea man. I can't help it. They just flow out of me. It's the actual work behind everything that it doesn't flow out of me. All right, so serious question now. Do you guys believe in ghosts?
I do not.
Of course I do. What?
It's a big no from me.
Yeah, man, there's ghosts.
Really?
Oh, totally.
Have you had experience like this?
Fuck yeah!
Lay it on us, my man.
When I was like 10, like creeping around this place in Washington, like totally, it was creepy. Been to some battlefields in Civil War era, and that was pretty creepy. Creepy shit happened. I don't really remember what, but it was just like, like this doesn't seem right. And then there's a few venues that are haunted. The Rave, Milwaukee's Club, Eagles Ballroom. It's like 3 clubs in one because there's 3 major rooms on this block. One of the clubs here in Orlando, the Beecham. It's haunted by Lady Beecham. I think it was a costume designer, died like back in the 1910s.
Beecham.
Like that,
Barely touched him.
But how does this manifest?
You hear voices, things turn on and off all the time. It's spooky up there on the catwalk. Like, yeah.
It's spooky.
No.
Up
Where
on
you
the
shake your little
catwalk.
tush?
Yep. So yeah, no, I'm into there's ghosts,
Okay. All right.
but they don't scare me. If you're not,
Yeah, you ain't scared of no ghost.
I ain't scared of ghosts.
I've had creepy situations at night, but then gone back during, like, we used to go out in Pungo, Virginia Beach or area. We used to go out in Pungo in the middle of the night and search for creepy shit. And we found an old abandoned house, looked scary as shit. Come back to it during the day. Beautiful light blue paint on the house. Not scary at all. So I also do not believe. What about crystals and the like, Cartel? Do you have a jade egg in your butthole right now?
What?
To reset your chakra?
What are you talking about? Crystals.
I'm talking about like the witchcraft.
Like crystal burgers? Like crystal burgers?
No, like
No idea what crystal burgers is.
like stones, like quartz crystals and things like that, like semi-precious stones.
Rocks?
Yes.
They're just rocks.
They
right?
Okay. So you're not into that side of the mystical.
Well, I agree with you there, Cartel. They are rocks.
I mean,
Me too.
I have fancy dye that are like made from crystals, but
Dice don't count.
yeah, but like,
That's utilitarian. I'm talking about jade egg.
and I might have like some runes that someone might have gifted me that are made from a precious stone, but nah.
But you're not setting your crystals out in the sun to recharge them, is what you're saying.
You set them out in the moonlight. Some of them.
My bad. So you know all about it. You were just playing dumb on us.
I know all about it because spooky ladies like spooky stuff, and I'll get down with it.
Well, I used to have a big problem with the crystals. and then I had to swear off skis.
Oh boy.
And on that note,
You had to go for the real stuff?
yeah, man, I had to go hardcore. I used a lot of money charging all my Swarovski's crystals.
Mhm.
But
Moving on.
note, let's play a game.
Ooh.
It's time to play Origin Story.
You know, I realized this is a full month of games Cartel should win.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, it depends on if I remember at the time, if I don't get it on the second try.
I cough every time that intro is playing, and that's the only time I can't edit out coughs. But anyway, let's play Origin Story. You guys remember last week, Cartel took a commanding lead. It is now 3-1 Cartel. I have already rolled the dice. The dice have chosen. It's going to be a weird one this time.
Did you recharge your dice before you did this?
I set them in the bathroom and turned the light on. And turned the bathroom fan on. I set them in the fan.
It does not count. Moonlight, man.
Out in the moonlight, baby.
All right, gentlemen. First Origin Story clue. I was constantly mocked and bullied.
Casera.
What?
That's my new buzz-in.
What was it?
Casera.
Sarah? Okay, Mike, you just going for it?
Jason Voorhees.
No, sir. I believe we already did Jason, didn't we?
I'm gonna keep a track.
Yeah, Jason's already been done.
Damn it. We never doubling up?
No, we're not. No.
Aye.
I have a list of 12.
Wait,
and
hold on a second.
I'm marking them off as I go.
Can we know what we've already done?
Sure.
Okay. Jason is out.
On the list of 12, we have done Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Pennywise, Jason Voorhees, Norman Bates, The Thing, and that's it.
Okay.
All right. Michael, you still get to guess because you are so far behind. Cartel, you only get one guess each time.
Okay. All right.
My mother was fanatically religious and unstable. I had some traumatic events in the shower.
Dude from Psycho?
No, not Norman Bates, the one that I already did. Shit. Sometimes I run out of clues because I figured Cartel would have already gotten it by now.
I have no idea because there's only 2 clues, correct?
3 so far.
Which are the 3?
I was constantly mocked and bullied. My mother was fanatically religious and unstable. I had traumatic events in a shower. All right. Here's the breaking clue here, hopefully. My mother said I was unclean when I got my period.
Carrie?
Oh. Ring.
Carrie?
Excuse me, Michael?
Carrie?
Excuse me, Michael?
Kessera.
Ring.
Casera.
Casera.
It's not a fucking Star Wars planet. We're going to Kessera in 12 parsecs. I don't know. I'm going to give it to Mike Cartel. What's your answer, Mike?
Carrie.
Yeah. Mike got one. Now it's 2-3.
Okay. I see how this works.
All right. The next origin story. First clue. My mother tried to drown me. I accidentally terrorized my step-parents. That led to my mother having suicidal thoughts. I made horses kill themselves.
Huh?
Have you ever seen hooves tie a noose? It's crazy hard for them.
Okay, wait a second. Hold on. Can you repeat everything again?
Yes, I can.
Is that allowed?
My mother tried to drown me. I accidentally terrorized my step-parents, who I was placed with, after my mother tried to drown me. Leading my stepmother, to have suicidal thoughts. I made horses kill themselves.
No.
In the end, my stepmother kills me.
Ooh. Okay, so it dies. What dies?
It's still an origin story.
But what dies?
Ghosts.
Spirits.
Yeah. Supernatural horror movie icons.
Yeah, I thought it was Damien and the Omen, but Damien doesn't die.
Be ready to buzz in.
Okay.
I'll after you buzz in, I will clarify the rules here. My stepmother kills me by throwing me down a well.
Kessera.
Michael.
The Ring Girl.
I will accept that answer. That was the rule I was going to clarify. Her name is Samara Morgan, by the way.
All right.
All right, and our final, Michael, you're tied up now. You're punching your way back in.
Some questionable answers, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
The second one was you beat Cartel fair and square. I told you both to be ready to buzz in.
The second one is true, but the first one, okay.
It was a little questionable. I agree. I did not expect him to get the second one. All right, number 3 origin story. I'm based on a real entity.
Ring Ring.
Cartel.
The Exorcist.
Nope. I'm gonna let you stay in though. Even up the cheating I did for Mike. I'm named after a dead girl. A satanic cult invaded my home, which in turn passed a demon on to me.
Oh, Ring Ring, Ring Ring.
Cartel?
Rosemary's Baby.
No.
That's right, she's not dead. Okay.
It's named after a dead girl. I know nothing about this horror icon, so I'm out of clues. So I'm Googling right now. I'm from Santa Monica, California.
Oh, that helps. I got it.
Oh, which one is set in California?
I don't even have like a few horror movies that I'm deciding between. I have 0.
This is an out there one.
The only thing I can think of is Annabelle. Ring Ring, Annabelle.
That is correct, sir. I'm going to edit that so that it sounds like you got it after I said the last clue. Which was, I'm from Santa Monica. Yeah, I was getting some of the lady horror icons in here, so, and the dice chose to give them all on one night. So yeah, Annabelle. I know nothing about Annabelle. I've never watched. I think I watched parts of the first Conjuring, but that
timeline is so messed up. Yeah, and there's like 15 movies in there.
But that, ladies and gentlemen, was Origin Story.
I am disappointed that Slappy was not one of the answers.
We still have more days to come.
All right.
One more. We have one more episode to go. So it still might happen, Michael. I can't believe I have to go to Goosebumps horror movies for you to get an answer, but I also don't fault you for that. All right, well, let's take a break, and then when we come back, we'll hop into this week's movie, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And we're back. I have the wrong one open. Okay. This week's movie is The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It is a 1974 American horror film produced, co-composed, and directed by Tobe Hooper. And distributed by Bryanston Distributing Company. Yeah. So, Texas Chainsaw. Cartel, this is your movie, man. You love this shit.
Yeah, I do. This is a classic favorite of mine. What else? It's perfect. It's a perfect horror movie.
Again, I have a hard time just like with Friday the 13th. I have a hard time. Horror to me means I'm scared. Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Jason are light gore porn.
Uh, there's no gore in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, that's why I
Actually,
said I also said light.
there's a Toby Hooper purposely did not use a lot of blood scenes and a lot of gruesome scenes. And in fact, I think the only like quote unquote gruesome scene is when Leatherface cuts himself with his chainsaw.
The meat hook.
But there's no blood. You know what I mean? It's
No,
just
yeah, because it's behind him. But I would say that's still like it shows it, whereas a lot of the other things happen like off camera.
I mean that. But again, that's the only thing. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
It's not like a movie where when all right and whereas Friday the 13th when Jason does a kill, there's usually like an arrowhead going through a throat, so like
Yeah, or like an axe
lot of
splitting a skull.
yeah,
Yeah.
like a lot of blood comes through.
All right, so maybe gore porn was too harsh. What I meant was like there's no suspense mixed in with the horror, so it's not scary to me in any way. Like
I disagree because there's nothing but long shots and like single shots throughout the movie. Like
that does not equate to suspense.
I disagree.
I think
Like,
I touched on this
the
when we
movie-
did Jason. This when I was younger, for sure, Texas Chainsaw Massacre creeped me out, and at no point in like no matter what age I watched it, Friday the 13th was never creepy or scary to me at all. But TCM was. But as an adult, I can see what you're saying. This would not, if I watched it as an adult, would not creep me out at all.
like to me, I get my first time watching it. It was kids meet murderers, murderers kill kids. Nothing in between. Nothing. Like if I was in the situation, yes, terrifying as fuck. But watching it on the TV screen, just rednecks being rednecks, killing kids.
I would say like maybe not so suspenseful, but sometimes a little unsettling at points.
I
Especially
don't know what to
with,
say.
like with the
I don't
just
know.
the characters.
I will say the acting by the family off the charts. Great. I on Game Pass right now. The remake of Texas Chainsaw, not the 3D version, but that movie is free. I watched that today. Leatherface in that, not scary at all. Like, not even close. Like, the manic, mentally ill person that they portray, like, it comes across in their movement, like, in the hitchhiker's movements and the way he talks. And
Yep.
that is scary.
Well, that's kind of what I was saying. Like, at first, you almost want to laugh at the hitchhiker because he's so ridiculous, but then, like, as the scene goes on and it gets a little bit weirder and weirder, you're like, he's unsettling. And it's like, okay, this isn't really funny anymore. This dude is creepy as shit.
Yeah, and even Leatherface, like, his movements and everything portray someone who has been beaten and messed up.
Yeah.
In the new movie, he moved, like, just straight at people, cut them up, like, with purpose, like, that's not even close to scary.
Right.
There's no acting in that whatsoever.
I've never seen the new remake, whatever.
Don't bother. The only thing that's good about it is the fact that Witch Eyes, what's her name?
Alexandra Daddario.
Yes, that her character is like the missing baby from the house when the house gets burnt down. How quickly, when she finds out that she's part of the Leatherface's family, how quickly she turns to just, okay, I'll kill people too, and hang out with Leatherface.
Hey, it's like Olive Garden when you hear your family.
Yeah, it's literally, she's like, they're trying to kill me. I'm one of them in the same scene.
But I like the little world right there. That's like, they don't really tell you that much, and there's not like a whole bunch of explaining everything. It's just sort of shown, and sometimes it's not even shown for that long. There's just like, a bunch of cars that are sort of camouflaged that you don't really put together what that means at first. And then you see, like, slowly start seeing all the extra bones and things like that. and just small little things that just put together a picture of what this family is.
The entire set design
Yeah.
is phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
Like everything, like just the death that is throughout that house is amazing.
Yeah, it feels like
'Cause
every
it's-
little thing has a long story behind it, like a long, gruesome story behind it for the habits of this family. And they never really go into it. It's just sort of left to you to like put together of how these things ended up there. And like how long the cars are there, that they're all rusted and like falling apart and things like that. But those are, all the people that's how long they've been doing this.
Yeah, I'm not going to deny that it is a great movie. I'm just saying it's not on the scary side of things.
I agree with you though. It's not scary.
It's more
I mean,
interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. I find it horrifying that this is but I don't know. I mean, it's just I feel like if this was a I don't even know how to explain it now. Never mind.
Like if this was updated, like
Not updated. It's not
something this
'cause
great came out now. Is that what you're saying?
No, not at all. Because you can't replicate shit like this.
No, I didn't
but
say
just-
replicate. I meant like if this, how great it was back then, like it came out now, but
It
was
still wouldn't-
the
it wouldn't-
same
it wouldn't-
greatness.
Wouldn't work today. I mean, yeah. I mean, then if it was as great as it was, it would be great. But I don't.
We've talked ourselves into a corner here. If it
Yeah,
was great, it would be great. I mean, that's great, right?
But yeah, no, you can't. You're right. So that movie is from a certain time, and there's nothing that you can do now that replicates that time, like that snapshot. So that's why I like it. You know what I mean? Like that's why I like it.
I'm gonna walk back.
It's early. It's early cinema. It's early of the genre. It's like the foundation of the genre. It's like I see now that it's like I feel like everything's written by like an energy drink company. So like you got to have the fast cuts. You got to like the pacing's got to be fast, and then like you can't just like sit there and just kind of like, oh, these kids are just having fun out here in Texas. You know what I mean? Like just chill, and then death. Boom.
I'm gonna actually walk back my opinion now. It has to be. I'm gonna say the hitchhiker is terrifying in this.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Mental illness is an illness. I'm not saying that's bad. If the hitchhiker plays that amazingly, so it is scary. I didn't get the suspense from a long shot. You know what I mean? That's just a long shot to me. That's not. I'm not terrified. I'm not sitting on the edge of my seat wondering what's going to happen next. I'm going, this is a long shot.
And I feel like it's also like the sort of state of mind that you are when you watch a film, because sometimes when you're watching a film, you are like 100% absorbed in it, and like it feels like you're there. You're feeling everything that the people are feeling, and I could see if that was the case when you were watching this, then it would be pretty scary. But sometimes sometimes you watch a film and you're just watching a film. It's kind of like watching like a Marvel film or something like that. You don't feel like you're there. You're just watching it for entertainment purposes. Like if I'm watching Fast and Furious, somebody dies, I don't care. Somebody is happy, I don't care. Like it's just enjoyable to me, but I don't feel everything they're feeling. But some movies I feel everything they're feeling. And if that was the case when I was watching this, then I'd be pretty scared.
I 100% agree with that, Mike. I can even name the movie I saw with you at a friend's place. When I was like super sympathetic to the characters on screen.
Is that the one where we were all
I'll tell
crying?
you what movie got me that way, and it's my.
It was The Way of the Gun.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Yeah.
A movie that got me like that is the most terrifying horror movie, in my opinion, Green Room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking terrifying to me because I've been there. I've been in that situation and been like, oh fuck, where are we gonna run? I will say we did screw up last week, and we said that Alice, I think her name was the first final girl. That's not true. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, first final girl. Is it final? I always forget. It's final girl, right? Last girl, final girl. I always forget.
Lone survivor.
It's you. You say that every time, and that's not what it is. The saying is "final girl." I think yes, final girl.
Final girl.
So, whoopsie. It did start, like, I don't know about you guys. Oh, I know Cartel. I don't know about you, Mike. But in these movies, I root for the family. Fucking kill them teenagers. Fuck them. That dude, the first dude, first he's like peeking, like real slow. Like, hey, is anybody home with, hey?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he just runs in. Leatherface was just defending himself with that kill.
Yeah,
He's like, who's the fuck? What? Get out of my house.
I know it's a horror movie trope, but it still bugs me every single time I watch a horror movie when everybody's doing stupid things and you're just like, this is not how you survive. Like, just make better decisions. And so it's hard to root for them when they make really poor decisions.
Also, really funny when Leatherface hits that first guy and he has the seizure from the head wound. That was a cool choice.
Yeah.
Like, like at first you're like, ew. Like, you get that feeling like, oh God, what if I got a head wound that made me do that? And then you're like, look at that guy. Maybe I'm a weirdo. I don't know. I could be exposing some
I didn't go that far.
inner me right now. I don't know. Thought everybody felt this way.
Glad I don't have epilepsy. I get zero support from you.
No, it's not.
Wow.
Oh man, I'm not the fucking Black Eyed Peas. I will support you in your epilepsy. Did you know this? I was going to do some trivia, but this first trivia contradicts itself right off the bat. The soundtrack contains no sounds from musical instruments, with the exception of some copyrighted music they had the rights to. Instead, they used sounds an animal would hear inside of a slaughterhouse.
I mean, the sound design is amazing. Like that like what I call the bulb flash noise. I don't know what it is, but maybe it's just a door opening or whatever. That just like that noise is just iconic to me, and it's great.
You guys didn't listen, because you guys don't listen to the podcast once it's finished. But for Friday the 13th episode, I did my own tie-ins spin on. I know Kima is like amazing, right? Like, that's creepy, that ki ma ma ma. But the theme song for Friday the 13th is really just an orchestral song mixed in with Kima's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for our episode, I did the tie-ins version of that, which is tie-in instead of Kima, and a messed up version of the song that plays when Pee-wee Herman is getting his breakfast in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And I think it sounds almost exactly like the Friday the 13th.
Do you have that ready for us? Can we hear it?
I don't. I'm sorry. Well, geez, guys.
Guess
Now
we'll have to
you're
listen to
making
the
me feel
episode.
bad.
Good to Camp Blood, ain't you? You'll never come back again. It's got a death curse.
You're doomed. Y'all doomed.
This is pretty good. I'm looking forward to the movie.
But yeah,
I'll say
so
there's a Mr. Bungle cover of that out there, just so you know.
oh really? I'm gonna have to find that. Thank you for telling me.
Yeah. I figured you would want to know that one.
Oh, yeah. Did you know? According to John Larroquette, you want to guess what his payment for doing the opening narration was?
I believe it's $150 or just $50.
Not what this says. Michael, would you like to take a guess?
$200.
A joint.
All right.
Back then, like a J was like $50 though, right?
No, back then a J was a nickel.
Oh.
You could buy all of Colombia for 10 cents.
Is that when a dime bag costs a dime?
No, that was when all of Colombia. Were you listening to that old man that just showed up? There were actual lines of gibberish written in the script for Leatherface, and Toby Hooper would sit with Gunnar Hansen and tell him what those lines meant. And Gunnar Hansen, who played Leatherface, sometimes would speak a little too verbally, and they would have to cut and make it more unintelligible. Did you know that running through the thickets, I'm going to say, that's a word, right?
Yes.
Yes.
The dry mesquite.
The actress actually cut the shit out of herself, so a lot of the blood that's on her is her real blood.
I did know this.
Even in his platform boots, Gunnar Hansen was faster than her, so he had to stop, and that's where Leatherface's, where he just stops and like decides to cut trees and dance and whatnot, comes from, because he kept catching up with her and had to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Cartel, do you have any unknown tidbits about this movie that you love so much?
So it was shot, I believe, in the summertime.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Okay, go on. Go on.
And so not only was it shot in the summertime, there's no AC in those houses because if you notice, they're just old school Texas houses.
Mm.
And they're dressed up with bones and dead
Did you say
carcasses.
small town Texas houses?
I might have said small town Texas.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You might be a redneck if you're from small town Texas. So
I feel like our brains were compatible right there.
So on top of the probably 95 degree heat, and probably
It was
even
over
hotter,
100. Over 100.
probably even hotter indoors. The film production needed lights to shoot the film because this is before digital age and you're shooting on film, so you need lights, and the lights at that time were incandescents and very bright and hot.
Very hot.
So I believe at one point they said the rooms were like 130 degrees, and with all that cooking, the rooms, it just made the dead stuff smell even worse.
Yeah, rotting food. They used I believe they used real animals and stuff.
Yeah, the sausage that they were all chewing on was actual raw sausage because the production designer didn't know that you could get cooked sausage, and actually have like a pepperoni stick, Yeah, there was a nightmare of things happening, but also I believe it all worked out for the best.
Yeah, John Dugan. Dugain. He played Grandpa. At getting into the old age makeup in the 100-degree weather, he decided that he was only doing that once. So they had to film every scene he was in one day. It took about 36 hours, 5 of which was to put the old age makeup on. Yeah, iconic movie. I don't know what else to say. It's fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What do you think, Cartel? Let me ask you this. What do you think about the sequel?
I Returned to Texas Chainsaw Massacre thing, or which one?
The one with the couple. I've only seen parts of it. They hang out in the kitchen a lot.
So the only one I remember is the one that had Renee Zellweger and I believe Matthew McConaughey, but I saw that one in the 90s and I have not seen it since. I never saw the remake. I've never seen any of the new stuff. I'm a purist when it comes to TCM. So I have no real opinions on anything else.
So you've never seen the one with Dennis Hopper?
I think that's the one I was talking about with Renee Zellweger, or is that not it? If it's not it, it's not it. But yeah, I don't remember now.
Bill
I only saw it once.
Bill Johnson.
It's probably not because
Yeah,
I think that one's 2, and then the other one is 3 when it's Return.
I don't even know if I might be talking about 3 as well.
No, I think you're talking about 2, which is the sequel. That does sound right. I never saw that one.
Viggo Mortensen's in 3?
He is in one of them, yeah. He's in a lot of movies that I didn't realize he was in.
The Next Generation.
That's what I was gonna say. That's the 3.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Oh, that is?
Yeah, I see them hanging out in the kitchen room in these stills.
So you just referenced 2 movies. That's what you're saying, right? No.
No, I was referencing the movie you were talking about.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I didn't know what number it was.
Gotcha.
But it was the only one I had ever seen parts of. All right, so yeah. So no on that. Renee
Yeah.
Zellweger one?
Yeah. I've only seen it once in the 90s.
All right, well, let's ask a really stupid question here. Would you recommend watching the Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Fuck
Cartel.
yeah. Hell yeah. Watch this shit.
Fuck yeah,
What-
my man.
Make sure you get the 40th anniversary edition, the 4K transfer, because that really it really helps, because it was shot on, I believe, 16, and then it was like premiered on like 32, so like it's blown up on all transfers from DVD until the 40th anniversary, when it actually got restored the way it should have been. So it looks so much better on the 4K restoration, which I
Right on.
never wanted to bring up during our watch along, because I knew it wouldn't matter to anyone else. So
Yeah, you got pretty nerdy there, guy. Talking nerdy to me. I like it.
I don't know how else to say it. Yeah, but yeah, now that we actually have 4K restoration on the TCM, y'all should give that one a shot and watch it sometime if you want to watch a horror movie with your families.
Michael, do you also agree that you should gather around the children and watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
I didn't say children. I said your families, because I believe all your families are all grown now, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I almost feel like you should watch it alone to get the best experience. I kind of feel like if you're watching it with others, maybe you're not going to let yourself get pulled into it. And I feel like to get the best experience out of it, you got to get yourself pulled into it. So I will say for sure, watch it. It's a classic horror movie. I think everything rips off from it. Everything steals from it. And it isn't, it's not cheap. It's not like, jump scares or things like that. It's legit and shot well, like an actual movie, which is kind of rare in horror movies, I think. So, for sure, give it a watch.
Let me tell you, I watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D, whatever it's called when it's not actually 3D, by myself. Didn't get pulled in.
That's why you got to watch the OG, and then Leatherface will just come up behind you and pull you into his little basement thing, and then all of a sudden shut the fucking slam door, and you're like, what? And then you're just pulled in there, and then you're on a meat hook, and boom, you're dead.
He really does love those sliding metal doors. Never mind. I was about to get into the new Texas Chainsaw that I watched today, but I don't even want to talk about it.
Nope, let's move on. Nope, you're the only one who watched it.
Man, so it's supposed to happen, like, it has scenes that happen right after this movie. Like, the girl goes and tells the cops go to the house, and then all of a sudden there's like 20 people in the house, and they're like, you're not going to get the family. Anyway. Yeah, I would also say give it a watch. I don't think it's a watch by yourself, because I don't think you would get pulled in.
I'm saying get the popcorn. If you like, hey, let's get scared tonight. Let's get some popcorn. Let's get the blankets, get the popcorn, turn off the lights, and let's go. Let's get spooky.
Yeah, I would say it's a decent party watch, not a sit at home by yourself. I don't think you'd get pulled in that way. Anyway, yes, I would say watch it. Let's take a little break, and then when we come back, we'll talk about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre video game, because that's what we do on this podcast. And we're back. And I'm looking at the wrong side again. Texas Chainsaw Massacre video game is a 2023 asymmetrical survival horror game developed by Sumo Nottingham and published by Gun Interactive. Gun Interactive also published the asymmetrical Friday the 13th game, which has unfortunately died. This game is free day one on Game Pass. Give us money, Xbox. Cartel, you want to talk a little bit about your love of asymmetrical horror games?
I mean, I wouldn't say I love them. I'd say I really enjoyed Dead by Daylight early on. From was it 2017 when it first became on console? So about 2019, I was a heavy Dead by Daylight player with my work buds. We played a lot and put many hours into the game. So much so that I platinumed it. Which it looking back on it, like it really wasn't that hard. Like it's just you just got to play the game. But at some point it changed and just didn't become fun anymore because seemed to be waiting for a match longer than I was in a match. So I kind of quit playing, and every now and then there's like some DLC that'll like get me excited, and I'll poke my head in, and I might even play around, but I haven't made the purchase. I think I bought Nemesis was the last one, and I was so disappointed in that I haven't bought a single thing since. So behavior, bring back an old DVD. You know what I mean? Like the streamers who were good quit playing the game, and you had to go find new streamers. So like bring those back. Bring that community back. Uh, yeah, so I check out the other games here and there, but nothing really compares to it. But also, it's in a category of its own, I'd say, because nothing really.
See, and I want to believe you. I really do, because you did put in the time. You know Dead by Daylight. Like, we've played, and you just, even as the survivor, you're not even trying, and you're winning.
Yeah.
But as a person that just poked their head into Dead by Daylight, played a couple rounds, being a survivor or a victim or whatever you call it in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, same exact game. Same exact game.
I agree with that.
You play mini games and try to hide until you can run out.
I mean, all right. So in that sense, yes, same game, but the objectives are different. Whereas you can't work on like a lockpick with three different players. You know what I mean? Like
No.
three players can't lockpick the same lock. However,
okay,
on Dead by Daylight, you're rewarded when you're working with a teammate on a generator.
Gotcha. Okay, yes, that.
So
I get that.
So the meta is different. You know what I mean? Like the way you approach the game is different because in Dead by Daylight, you can get perks even that are rewarded for working with teammates. So then you get boosts and you know what I mean, and you can get that buddy build where you and your buddy get boosts for working on the same gen. Whereas Texas Chainsaw, when you're working as a victim, you can get them boosts, but the boosts only affect you. They're not shared across the team, and when they are, it's not anything that's helpful for I guess doing the objectives. Is that really? It's just
Okay.
mainly just radar detection. You know what I mean? Like you won't get detected by certain radars, or you get a decreased radar for.
Well, I mean, that's really all you need as a survivor. You're hiding.
Yeah. So again, yeah. So
helping
I mean,
you to hide
again,
is quite helpful.
it's like I say. So basically, yeah. When people on the surface, yeah, it's the same game, but also it's not because there's two different metas, and it's the nuances that I find like that really define the game. I honestly,
Okay.
that's
Right.
that's what it is. Like
The
it's the
biggest
nuance. The nuances that define the game. That's really what it comes down to.
the biggest thing that sets the Texas Chainsaw Massacre aside from Dead by Daylight is 3 killers in each match. 3 killers, 4 survivors. So now you have a team on the bad guy side, which I enjoy.
I really like it.
I am a fan of being on the bad guy side with a group of friends. I've been playing this by myself, and if you listen to the podcast, you know I don't play multiplayer games by myself because I hate people. But I have been playing this by myself and really having fun.
Do you go in voice chat as the killer?
I do not. My voice chat is turned off in that game.
No. Yeah. You
and
don't
everyone else's is. I can't hear anybody. They can't hear me.
You don't want that.
So what is it about I know that I'm getting all over the place and not really talking about Texas Chainsaw, but what is it about horror movies that draws the asymmetrical style to it? Like, I would rather play a single player horror movie where I was either the bad guy or the survivor. It's scarier. You're more like, I would rather a story driven single player game than an asymmetrical play this map over and over. So why is every horror game coming out asymmetrical now?
I mean, I think it's just what you throw on a licensed property skin. Like you have the game design, and then you just throw a licensed property over it. That's what I think. We got all these cash grabs for all these asymmetrical games. Ghostbusters, Predator.
Predator was good. It wasn't a cash grab.
Oh, I mean, all right, but Ghostbusters is from the same publisher company.
Gotcha.
Elphonic.
See, those don't feel asymmetrical to me. I mean, they definitely are. It's definitely like one side has more people than the other side, but as the weaker side, you get guns. You can defend yourself. You're not just running.
So that's what I'm saying. Like when you say this is another asymmetrical horror, like it's just a different gameplay design and different meta. You know what I mean? Like we've played these. You know what I mean? Like we do play these. We just play a different style and a different meta than
we play the ones where you can defend yourself.
Yes, we play ones that have guns and where you can do damage to the enemy. And then when you kill the enemy, you have a new objective to escape with that carcass. You know what I mean? So like,
yeah,
it's saying like it's all comes down, I think, to just people try to do the Dead by Daylight meta, but I don't think you're gonna get that. Like I think just that's been done. Like we have it. It has an established fan base and roster. So unless something comes out that's somehow quote unquote perfectly balanced, you know what I mean? Like it's not, it's just, you're not going to steal from that. So you're now trying to replicate, you know what I mean? Like, whereas like same thing with like Fortnite, PUBG, you know what I mean? Like PUBG started the craze, Fortnite kind of pretty much perfected it. And now we've got the copycats that are, you know, they're players in the industry, but they're not, you know, they're not there. But it's a different meta.
So you're saying Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, maybe 3 years gone. Dead by Daylight's still going.
Dead by Daylight's still going. Only the reason I'm saying Texas Chainsaw Massacre is it's been 2 months and there's been no new maps, no updates. I mean, the player base has already dwindled. None of my coworkers play anymore. I think it was a flash in the pan, honestly. I think it had its time and went. So yeah, that's my honest opinion.
How long, and this is completely off topic, how long do you think the asymmetrical Killer Clowns from Outer Space game is going to last?
Who's the publisher?
Let's see. The former executive of the Friday the 13th game is the executive producer on it. TerraVision Games is the developer. Being produced in partnership between Good Shepherd Entertainment and MGM Games.
Yeah, again, I give it 6 months life. Like same thing.
I've been waiting for it for a long time.
I
think it got switched developers.
Like this Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it has 3 maps, 3 or 4 variations of each map.
I still think it's more fun than Dead by Daylight, but that's just me.
It's a different meta, so I just think you enjoy the meta, this meta better.
Yeah, I think it's more fun. I said that.
Because like you wouldn't enjoy Predator playing Predator.
No.
Yeah, which it's the same thing though.
Yeah, I'm just saying I don't enjoy Texas Chainsaw playing the victims.
But you haven't even tried like Leatherface, have you?
No, I don't want to.
Yeah, so
that's a lot of
so there's another caveat there of you've only played one character on the killer side.
Played 2. Oh, on the killer side, yes.
So again, yeah. I think you need to dump more hours into it, but also I know you guys don't like these games, so like I don't bother you with them. You know what I mean? Like
I am liking this one. I don't know why you keep telling me that. That's like the 5th time you've told me I don't like this game. I do. I've been playing it on my own without you.
I think that's what I want you to do so you can level up and try a different skill set and trees out. And you went, oh, no, I don't do that shit. And I was like, well, that's the point of the game.
No, that's not. No, that's not what happened. What happened was you asked me, have I Googled and looked up other people's builds for me to use? And I said, no, I don't do that. I make my own stuff. I play my own games.
Okay.
Is there an Icy Veins for TCM?
Of course there is. I don't know it, but here's the thing: is every time I come home from work, there's a streamer, Bloodthirsty Lord, who's like the #1 YouTube streamer for.
Shout out to Bloodthirsty Lord.
Bloodthirsty Lord, BTL. Give him a like and follow. Tell him we sent you. And then tell his people to give us a follow over here.
Yeah. We're starting a partnership he doesn't know about.
Drop a comment onto his stream. Give him a like after 12:15 at night. So it pops up and then like says come check us out, and he'll check us out. Anyways, he does builds every night. So every night I come home and I pop on his stream and I kind of replicate his builds because he's always got something fun. Like he's always. Even if he's doing like Survivor builds, I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'll try some Survivor shit, and I'll respec a character to try out his builds, because he's always like, I don't know how to describe it. Back in the day, there's a streamer called Monto for Dead by Daylight, and he would always do like the build of the day, like just that was the one that was hot on YouTube, and that's what everyone did. So I feel like he's doing the same thing. He's taking over that build of the day. Like, hey, let's try this one out. You know what I mean? Like
a silly, like specialized build. Like, I'm gonna be really good at cutting grass and see if I can beat the game. That kind of thing, right? Like, I'm gonna level up the dumbest. Like, if it was an RPG, I'm gonna level up the dumbest spell, and that's what we're doing today. See how far I can get. See how it works.
No, he's still making good builds. It's just like it's just like we're using perks no one uses today. You know what I mean? Like, no one uses these perks. You know what? Guess what? Today we're using all these perks. So I mean, it's
kind of like the dumbest spell in an RPG.
Again, you could say that.
He did say that.
And you told me no.
Well, guess what? You can't do that.
Damn it! I was so close to being able to do that. I can still say it, though?
You can say it, but you can't spray it.
Damn. Taking away all the fun. Has anybody played the Texas Chainsaw Atari game?
Hell no.
No.
I honestly think I owned it for a hot second, but when I sold my Atari stuff, it went bye-bye. But I don't also
it was rare, I believe.
Then nope, I did not. No. I thought if it was common, I would be like, yeah, I had it, but if it was rare, fuck no, I did not have it.
Cartel, would you recommend getting deep into this Texas Chainsaw Massacre game?
Honestly, no.
Really?
Yeah, no. There's not enough content. Not enough.
You play it every day.
Yeah, because I keep wanting it to be more content, but also
I get it. So what they have you really love, but you want more.
The only thing I play it for is because I don't want to play Dead Cells anymore on an account that I'm not actively using.
I don't want to play Dead Cells anymore.
For the Game Pass perk reward. So like I'll hop into like a Texas Chainsaw game to get the Game Pass perk for playing a Game Pass game every day. But I like playing the Dead Cells game. I'm just like, I don't want to play this one because I don't have the Castlevania update on this version of Game Pass. I have Dead Cells on so many copies that I'm just like, yeah.
Stop playing Dead Cells, man.
What? Stop playing the Dead Cells Castlevania update? What? Are you kidding? What?
Have you not beaten it yet?
Of course I've beaten it. I'm just like, it's fun to play. Like,
I've never played the Dead Cells.
It's a roguelike, so you're not going to like it.
You know what I played today? Completely off topic. I played Descenders, that mountain biking game. It's a roguelite.
What?
It's got a little map that if you don't make it to the end, you die and have to start back at the beginning.
Well then,
It's got a mini boss race and then a boss race.
that's okay.
But it's just now. All right. So anyway,
I
Michael, would you recommend playing Texas Chainsaw Massacre in these spooky times?
I liked it more than Dead by Daylight, but I'm gonna have to take Cartel's word for it about the player base and things like that. I didn't look into it that much, but if you like asymmetrical and hate being a survivor in Dead by Daylight, then TCM is actually pretty good. Team Killers is fun, so I'd give it a try for sure. And that can only help you, Cartel, if you get more players, because then bigger player base, more incentive to make new content, and then that'll make you happier. So
mean,
I recommend it.
you're right, but again, it's been out on Game Pass, and there's still like no players. It's like,
I mean, it's not for me. I'm not going to continue playing it, but I do recommend if you think you like these types of games, give it a try.
It's not as bad as Redfall with its 3-player concurrent count. That's not even enough to fill up a squad. There's a 4-player squad. But I had no problem getting games anytime I hop in. I, too, recommend playing killer side only. But then again, the killers need somebody to kill, so I actually recommend you only play the survivor side. And speaking of player counts not really sustaining a asymmetrical game, and how all horror games are going to asymmetrical, next week we will be covering Evil Dead the game, and we decided to change to Evil Dead 2 the movie. We want to avoid the whole tree thing. So we're going fun. My movie, one of my favorites. Hope everybody had a great Friday the 13th. We are the Tie-ins. I'm Johnny.
I'm Cartel.
He's muted.
Whoa.
At least he didn't leave. You remember that episode he left?
Fell asleep on the
And then
toilet.
the episode he stopped recording.
I'm Mike.
And we just wasted your time. Casera, Casera. Follow us at the Tie-ins on all social media.
Join our Discord, the link to which can be found on all said social media.
Join our Patreon at patreon.com/TheTie-ins.
And please remember to subscribe and leave us a 5-star review on your favorite podcast platform.
It helps connect us to more listeners like you.
Well, not like you. Better, cooler listeners.